How are we doing? I said in my last video that I was going to talk a little bit about how the ombre hair dye had landed, and then I was going to talk a little bit more about some of the outfits that I've worn with it. That's exactly what I'm going to do in this video. Feedback's been mixed. A lot of people have loved it. A lot of people have been like, Alex mate, I absolutely love your hair. Other people have been, I'd say, bewildered if anything. No one's really said that it looks bad, but a few people have been like, why have you done that? Why have you dyed your hair? Which I do find odd, because if you actually look at a lot of the men's fashion stuff at the moment, the fashion really is for a lot of guys to go with that kind of silver, platinum, bleached peroxide blonde kind of hair colour, and then to kind of have their dark roots underneath, which for me is a much more statement look than what I've gone for. I quite like that as well, but I don't think that you can really compare just some sort of like half a head of highlights quite with that. But other than that, it's been really good, and I've also just come back from a week in LA, so I've got just a little bit more colour than I would normally have as well. And I actually noticed when I was in California that, if anything, I looked more Californian than most of the Californian men did, which I kind of liked and kind of felt instantly at ease with. So I absolutely am going to keep my hair this colour for a little while. I think when it gets a little bit longer, I'll probably have the same thing done again. And I think the longer it gets, kind of the lower on my hair the dye will go, which I think will actually be a really, really cool look. Big development in my life happened. Well, I say big development, it's not that much of a big development. Over my life, I've often had people say, have you thought about modelling? And my reaction to that has always been either, I'm too short, I'm not attractive enough, or I don't like this about the way that I look. But I came back from LA, and a couple of other people had said it when I was away, and a couple of people then said it when I got back. And I thought to myself, do you know what? Maybe it is actually the time to do this. So I sent my photo off to a couple of agencies, but a couple expressed quite a keen interest straight away. So last Sunday, I got invited in for a photo shoot, and it was just the perfect time to really kind of showcase the new hair and showcase the style, and just to kind of see what it all looked like when it came together. I'm happy. I'm happy. At least if no modelling work comes out of it, I will at least be able to take away some photos that I can look at and think, yeah, I quite like that. I quite like that. So let's talk about everything that I wore. Let's do a kind of 360 deep dive into everything I took with me that day. So let's start with the headshots. And I'm actually really, really pleased with how these came out. Since lightening my hair, I've actually had people say that I look like a cross between Jesus and Thor. And I actually think when you look at these two headshots, I can actually kind of see what people mean. I've had the Jesus comparison a fair few times, just as I'm sure a lot of guys with longer hair have done. But with that being said, the comparison between Jesus and Thor, it's one that I like. It's one that I like a lot. And it's actually, for me, a really good representation of long hair worn at its best. The look flashing up on your screen now was what they described as my signature look. This outfit is super, super cheap. The jacket that you can see, Primark, £30. I always say that if I was to sum up my style with one bit of clothing, it would be the leather jacket. And this particular one I really like, just because I feel like it's one kind of step up from a leather jacket, both from a warmth perspective, but also from a style perspective. This is what the outfit looks like if you take off the jacket. As you can see, it's actually a really, really simple, clean look. The t-shirt I think fits me really, really well. And at only 75 kilograms, I'm never going to be the biggest guy in the room, but I think it draws attention and actually shows off the positive things about my physique. The jeans, just a standard slim fit. And to be honest, I don't really tend to wear that much tighter than a slim fit. In the pictures that you can see, I've actually paired them with a £15 pair of Primark boots, which they're okay, they're fit for purpose, but I think the next pair of boots I buy will probably be something a little bit more stylish. So you're probably looking more at brands like All Saints, ones that just have a little bit more distinction and a little bit more edge to the clothing that they make. But I have to say, this is a really, really simple look that I think is actually perfect for the colder days in summer and the warmer days in spring. So it's definitely one that I'm going to be wearing over the next few days. And as I've said before in previous videos, I think long hair is actually really, really effective when it's paired with a guy who's in good shape with a good bit of muscular development. One reservation I did have regarding going into modelling was the fact that, as you can obviously see, I have a full sleeve tattoo. I'm not hugely fussed what people think about it, just because some of the stuff on it has sentimental meaning and I like the result of it. But I spoke to the lady there and I spoke to the photographer there, and they both felt that tattoos in this day and age in the world of modelling were not issues at all. They cited what David Beckham had done for that, and they also referenced Jeremy Meeks, the hot felon, who's the guy with the teardrop just coming down below his eye. So yeah, really happy with this result, with this picture, and I'm really happy with the outfit itself. So this was going to be my seasonal outfit, but when I put it all together, they wanted me to wear the white t-shirt and stay in the white t-shirt just because the black jumper that I'd taken with me, they felt was just too dark in contrast with everything else that I'm wearing. The coat that you can see me wearing is actually from Zara. It's actually a couple of years old now, but it's actually worn really well. It's a good length, and there's a lot of talk in the world of men's style about finding clothes that really frame you and really offer you that very kind of trim, slimlined physique. And that Zara coat does that perfectly, so really happy with that. It's a pair of H&M, I believe, black chinos, which I think were only about £20. Very standard, wear those to work, wear those outside of work, wear those with smart shoes as I am in this picture, but sometimes roll them up and wear them with a pair of trainers. I like this look and I like this outfit, and as you can see, I've paired it with the man bun, and I think when I'm going smarter and when I want to look smarter at work, my automatic go-to is the man bun, just because I think when my hair is worn loose as it is now, it does look a little bit messier. You can see the length, and length's always, as we've spoken about before, is not always something that people like. But putting the man bun in, it smartens your look up and it cleans you up a lot quicker than it would do if you were wearing your hair loose. Then the photographer asked me to take off my jacket because he wanted to showcase and get a photo that had my tattoo a little bit more on show. I have to say, I actually really like these photos, and I think shot against the wall background, they're actually a slightly edgier look to some of the other ones that we got. When you're a guy that has long hair, and then when you're a guy that has his nose pierced as well like I do, people often do refer to you as edgy, whether you want to be edgy or not. I can't really say it's anything I'm particularly bothered about, but it is definitely a word that people have used to describe my style. But I actually am happy to get photos that kind of reflect that a little bit more. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please could I ask you to give it a like. And if you really enjoyed this video, please could I ask you to click subscribe. I'll be covering long hair a lot more, and I'll be covering style a lot more. So stay tuned for more videos along those lines.